I started Theorem in February of 2002 in my spare bedroom, and today we are globally 500 people. Theorem offers products and services to internet advertisers. So globally we have 500 people. We have operations in India, offices in London. In the US, we have an office in New Jersey, obviously, and Las Vegas. 60 days ago, we launched Latin American operations. So we have over 100 customers that include Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, New York Times, Hearst Digital. Average growth is about 75% compounded year over year, and we hope to be a 1,000-man company in the next 24 months. We are still bootstrapping, not a cent of outside funding. We do it the old-fashioned way. We do excellent work, retain our customers, and put a lot of money back into growing the business. The skills you'll need to go from, let's say, just yourself to 10 employees will be very different to take the company from, let's say, 10 people to 100, and then that scale will again change from 100 to 500 or whatever. So it's a constantly evolving process. So in the early first year, it was about focus and execution. You have very limited resources, so what you need to do is make sure that you're able to articulate your value proposition very, very clearly and execute. Put some quick victories on the scoreboard so that you start to get traction. The focus should be to gain customers, gain revenue. If you don't have customers, it's still just an idea. So to get credibility for your business model, quick wins on the scoreboard. That's the first one, focus and execution. Very quickly, you'll realize that you need to focus your areas on growing the business, i.e. getting new sales, designing products, whatever it might be, and very quickly build a supporting ecosystem around you. So I like to boast that if I were to go for an interview at Theorem today, I would not be hired, because we've hired some really smart people, and that starts to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you hire smart people, and then they carry the message forward, and you constantly need to invest in business. That's a very good question, and we pride ourselves on culture. All the intangibles that actually make companies great never show up on a balance sheet, which is what Mark mentioned: hunger, passion, over-the-top customer service. And especially when you have offices on 4 continents, it is becoming more and more multicultural, if you will. So we promote culture at 2 levels. One is, focusing on the client. A lot of our large customers come, they mingle with our teams, and they pick up the vibes in terms of how passionate, the teams are. So the ability to excite them about the industry, which is internet advertising. We are fortunate that it's a very fast-growing industry. There's a lot of cool technology. It's very global in its outlook. So we promote that, the fact that they are fortunate to work in that industry and all the innovation that's happening. So that's from the outside, to get their buy-in into the vertical that they're working in. The second part is more internal. It combines what Mark said about hiring bright people. We create a career path. We make sure that they know that the company is growing, and we make sure that they know that if you do well, you will be promoted. I personally like to promote from within. Only when I feel, or my managers feel, that this talent needs to come from the outside, we go outside. So we do promote from within this, so there's a sense of loyalty and a sense of belonging in the company. A couple of things. We have checks and balances. Me and my key managers are obsessed with making sure we don't lose a customer. So let's start with that. Let's start with the basics. If you have worked so hard to win a business, then we will not lose that client. We will jump through hoops. We'll do everything within reason to keep that client satisfied, happy, and as the industry evolves, we've grown and added new skills. So it does a couple of things. It protects your cash flow, and if you take good care of your existing clients, you have organic growth. So pick a number. So 50% organic growth. So right there, you have healthy growth. The cost of new sales is very, very high. So you cannot be so focused on new customers and lose your existing customers. We just don't do it. And if we lose a client, then we just pounce on it and lose it as a learning experience. I like to tell my teams that fail quickly and fail forward. Just don't drag it out. In the internet advertising space, there's a lot of innovation that happens. So business is growing well, and everything is chugging along. But every 18 months, we try to launch something new. So it could be a product. So I get asked the question, well, things are going well, why do we have to start something new? So it becomes an evangelical sell internally and a leap of faith to get buy-in from people to invest in something that is still a concept, especially when we're building new services or products. So it takes an incubation of anywhere from a year to 18 months to go from concept to launch, whether it's a new product or a new service of the long sales cycle. So that is a scary moment because you don't know if the market will embrace it because it's a new product or a new service. But then internally people are skeptical and questioning why is this needed when the business is growing well. My response to that is if we don't take that risk, then that opportunity might pass in the next 2 years. So the ability to get buy-in, to sell it internally, and then to evangelize it to an outside world that this is going to work is very scary because you need to do that sales job and get that buy-in while you're making them execute on a day-to-day basis.